Welcome to episode 149 of Soccer Over Gotham, the Batties Are Final Bound edition. We have a great show for all of you. Gary, what do we have in this episode?
We have a great show, and then there were two. What a game. I mean, it was a tactical stalemate for about 95 minutes, but Gotham loves the show. Jaden Shaw will not be denied. A late stunner of a free kick puts Gotham up. But hold, Orlando, however, will be denied by AKB with one of the best saves you'll ever see. And then Gotham has now taken down the top seed and last season's champions. Then after, we will preview the championship game against our familiar foe, Washington Spirit, a matchup for the ages. Just amazing. But first, I have Amanda and Ruby with me. How are you both?
I'm good, thanks. Excited to see Gotham in the championship.
Right? Oh my God, so freaking excited. This game, we're gonna talk about it, but this was an exciting game, especially because Gotham hasn't gone to another final since 2023. Last year was a weird spot for Gotham, and they didn't make it. But yeah, I'm so excited to see Gotham in the final. Gary, how are you?
Doing good. I just saw that there is going to be a professional women's baseball league, which is amazing. I don't follow baseball, but it sounds amazing to me. Yeah, like just growing and growing and growing.
I know the first thing I checked is if New York or New Jersey were gonna have a team. Of course, they're gonna have a team. So yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for New York.
Yeah, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and Boston. Boo, Boston. Sorry, Amanda. Yeah, so that's very exciting. Ready to jump into this one. First, guys, everybody follow us on Soccer Over Gotham on Instagram, Threads, in YouTube, and Soccer Over Gotham on YouTube. Find us there. Subscribe to us there. I have a new design for a T-shirt that came out a day or two ago, which I found out there was like 26 train lines, so I decided to create, because there's 26 players, which Gotham is only 25, so I added Juan Carlos Amoros to the list. It's a fun design, so go check out our TeePublic store. Search all four words Soccer Over Gotham podcast. That's the only way you're going to find it, because it's weird. So there is going to be some watch parties coming up. Amanda is going, which is amazing. Amanda, tell us about how excited you are going to see it.
So excited. This is my first time ever going to a championship game or really anything like this. I've been at games here at Sports Illustrated Stadium and in Washington, D.C. at Audi Field, but this will definitely be something else. Seems like there's a lot of cool opportunities for media, getting to see the skills challenge, having a media day, and I'm really excited. When I decided to go, I wasn't sure what teams would be there, and so really lucked out with Gotham being there.
Yeah. Ruby, are you going to any of these watch parties?
Gary, I'm gonna give you like kudos because you just said you're gonna drive like 2 hours to go to one of
Yeah,
these.
I'm going to.
Like I just think about the drive and I'm like, oh, like my couch sounds so much better.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
If they don't win,
But
that's going to be the longest drive home ever.
Yeah.
yeah,
I will say the watch parties are a ton of fun. I went to one for the quarterfinals, one of the ones that Gotham hosts, and just being surrounded by all the fans is a really incredible energy.
dude, if they had one in Morristown, I'll be like, I'm there.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna think about it. For now, it's a no, but who knows? Like maybe I get like hyped last minute and I'll join one.
There will be at Legends, 6 West 33rd Street. There will be Fulton Hall, 250 Ashland Place, Brooklyn. There will be Wilka's in 241 Bowery, New York. And at Keeper's Bar and Restaurant right outside the stadium, right next to Sports Illustrated Stadium. So you can go to that one, Ruby. That one's kind of close. Yeah, we need someone to take over the social media for the day because I'm going to be too loud
Driving.
and crazy in there. Yeah, indeed. So let's jump over to this game. The last season's champion versus the previous season champion. And both teams are quality. Both teams are simply looking to dictate this game. And when we came into this, I was wondering if Orlando was going to sit in or were they going to come out and attack Gotham. On the availability report, we have Terran Torres still out, Jace out, Tierna out, and Esther was still listed as questionable. However, she did start this one. Gabby Purse up front, Shaw, Lavelle, and Howell in the midfield, Real, Sonic, Carter, and Bernina, and of course Berger in the back. Any thoughts on getting Esther back in the lineup?
I was super excited to see her back. when I saw that she was questionable, I was doubting a little bit that she was going to start. Maybe Juan Carlos was going to use her later on as a game changer, but I'm pretty sure she wanted to play this game and he wanted to go all in.
Out. Amanda, what did you think of Esther's braids for this one?
Oh, I think that's a little bit unfortunate.
Threw you under the bus for that one.
Yeah.
I is who I am. I cannot have an opinion on this.
Honestly, I'm like, no comment. I feel like I'm not going to say anything nice, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
For Orlando, 0 changes from the team that beat Seattle 2-0 in the quarterfinals, and a trio of box-to-box deep-lying midfield, and attacking 3 without a traditional 9 for Orlando. Marta would have to do a lot of work. And tactically, this is like both teams came in with the same game plan. They sat a little bit deeper than normal, and they just tried to spring counterattacks straight up the field. And if you look at the momentum map, it is like all Gotham, all Orlando, all Gotham, all Orlando, just back and forth up and down the field. And it was a real tactical stalemate. And at the end of the first half, I think both teams felt like, maybe the crowd was getting a little bit antsy and just not much happening in the first half, just counterpress after counterpress after counterpress. Just your thoughts on that first half ending 0-0 with not much happening.
I think that first half, it was pretty tight. Both teams were just trying to feel each other out. And they were, like you said, it was pretty even. Gotham would go at it, and Orlando would go at it. And Gotham was pressing and trying to get that early goal, but Orlando was just holding their ground, looking for those counterattacks and opportunities. But I'm gonna shout out the defense here. It was a solid work from both sides on the defense. It was a bit of a midfield battle in this game.
It's definitely a very strategic, tactical game, lots of defending, not that many opportunities or shots. I think in the first half there was this one really high it's due chance by Ovalle, and she had some good shots. But other than that, not really much on either side until the end.
Total 8 shots in the first half, and 1 made it the way on target, and that was Orlando. 2 big chances for Orlando, but 0 for Gotham. Not much going forward for Gotham. It can get like that sometimes with Esther up top, where sometimes she drops in a little bit too far, or we're not getting too much pressure on the opposing team. The key matchup in this match is going to be, without Banda, March is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for Orlando. And I think Sonnet and Carter did an amazing job of double teaming her. Essentially, Sonnet would step into the midfield and try to cut off the lane passes to her, or when she does have the ball, to try to cut out her passes through the lines. And then Carter did an excellent job 1v1 defending. She got locked up on an island with Marta a couple of times and did her best. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's Marta. Emily Sonnet, she was talking to Marta the entire first half, like just in her ear. I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't know if it's like trash talking or she's just trying to get her off her game. But they're both like smirking and laughing, and Marta kept like get out of here. But like Emily Sonnet kept going back to her and kept talking to her. I don't know what she was talking about. But just your thoughts on Emily and the defense holding fast and strong against Marta.
I was very impressed with the defense. I think they did a really good job shutting down any chances by Orlando, especially thinking about the last few regular season games. I think there are a few wobbles there that we don't usually see with Gotham's defense, which is normally one of the best in the league. And I think they did a great job this game.
Yeah, they did. They did not getting any of those big mistakes that they've had, because Orlando would have definitely punished us for it.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I told my wife when we were watching the game. I was like, for someone to score, they're gonna have to make like a tiny mistake, because they're pressuring, they're doing, literally they left everything on the field on this game. Gotham did, and it was gonna be like it's gonna be a little mistake, and one team was gonna pay.
And 0.10 expected goals for Gotham in the first half.
Terrible.
Not much going on. It was very much a defensive struggle for this one. The one Ovalle chance was closer to 1 expected goal, because you expect her to put that away. Luckily, she didn't. The second half, it was more of the same of the first half for about 45 minutes. And it would not be a Gotham playoff match without some type of late game hysterics or drama. It just seemed like it was destined for one moment of brilliance. And this happens in the 96th minute. It was Rose Lavelle who gets fouled near the top of the box. It's a pretty silly foul to give at that time. And you got Rose Lavelle and Jaden Shaw over the ball. And for me, like, Rose Lavelle has every right to take this kick, and that's a spot where she can put it over the wall and she can score goals from. But two of them were talking. Emily Sonnet takes a walk over, starts talking to them, and then it's decided it is Jaden Shaw who's going to take the shot on goal. She puts it to the far post, and if Midge Purse is not breaking through the line and challenging that ball, it doesn't freeze Orlando's keeper and allowing the ball to go to the far post. So Midge does not touch the ball, but her actions set up and froze the keeper to allow that ball to get through. And the crowd is silent, but Gotham fans everywhere. You could hear it. You can
Shout
hear
out
it.
to Cloud9. They were there.
Yeah, they were loud. So just your thoughts on like the Gotham doing it again late.
Dude, yeah, I honestly thought this game was gonna end 0-0. We're gonna go to extra time again, and then that extra work that they don't need to do. They should just win this game in regular time. But like you said, the drama, the chaos with this team at some point, like the energy just like was up, and they were going back and forth. And that moment we were all waiting for, absolutely brilliant from Jaden Shaw. Like you said, I really thought LaBelle was going to take that kick because she is really good at stop the balls as well. So I really thought she was going to take this ball, but she didn't. But like you said, with Midge's action, it allowed that ball to like go perfectly into the back of the net.
Yeah, what a strike.
That's amazing, especially after the last match against Kansas City, scoring goals at the end of at the end of the match again. Yeah, I thought it was a really impressive goal. Jaden did a great job. She's really stepped up. It's just so amazing to see her succeed and be contributing, putting her team through in the playoffs after her time in North Carolina. I think it's really incredible, and you can just see how happy she is and how excited she is to be making a difference and playing an important part on her team again. And yeah, Gotham is just a really strong team in the playoffs. It's super impressive the past few years, how much success that they've had.
Yeah, you're totally right. With Jaden Shaw, she's been here what, 2 months? 2
Since
months.
September, yeah.
Yeah, and she's talking about like her sisters and like she's so like happy and just locked in, and just amazing to see how much this team means to her now. And I'm just glad that she's locked in for such a long time, and she's going to be brilliant for years and years and years for
No,
this team.
2029, right?
Yeah, 2029.
Ooh, oh my God, that is awesome. 2029. And then in the last few minutes of that game, Berger with that incredible save. Tell me, like, she denied Orlando that equalizer.
Yeah, we score, and it's like, okay, cool, we got it. Of course, there's got to be something else. A really silly foul by Mandy Freeman. She clatters into somebody, and then Marta puts in a perfect ball into the box and headed on. And Berger, being Berger, she's like 7'8" or something, with her wingspan, gets that ball, and she not only gets that ball, she punches that thing out of there with authority. So one of the best saves you'll ever see. She's so funny. She's been like taking her time after saves and like going down and like letting the crowd get into it a little bit. She was booed pretty heavily there, but what a save! And Gotham survives.
It was just a really incredible save. Looked like it was going in. She always steps up in these really big moments. Reminds me of some of her saves in the Euros this past summer as well that were really incredible and shows why she's one of the best keepers in the world.
Yep, indeed. So, any player notes? Any players you want to highlight from this one? It's pretty much a stalemate.
I feel like this game was a team effort all around. Of course, we had the players that stood out, like Jaden Shaw, Berger, Carter, Sonnet. I feel like it was a whole team effort for me.
I just want to give a shout out to Amoros. I think he coached this game very well, and I think it was very smart of him to take Brunini out at that time. Getting late in the game with already on a yellow, and Brunini plays a little bit loose sometimes, as we know from last year against Washington when she gets beat. So it was a smart decision, bringing the veteran, just shut it down. And just my only takeaway from this game is that we talked about this a couple times during the season, but I always say that good teams beat the teams they're supposed to, but great teams just find a way. And there was times during this season where I was like, I don't even know if Gotham's a good team because they were just losing games they should not be losing. But this in the playoffs, Gotham is a great team. They find a way. And for the second half of this game, Orlando and Gotham were so afraid of making the mistakes that they were sitting deeper and not taking chances, or they were really gassed in that back and forth first half. But everything slowed down that second half, and Gotham somehow found the energy late in the game to put it away. Amazing. Any other takeaways?
Yeah, honestly, can't wait for the next game. We've seen Washington several times, so I just think it's going to be so exciting. But yeah, this game is going to go another one on the books for Gotham as a great game. And hey, like you guys have been saying, this is the third year that Gotham goes to the playoffs. Amazing.
Yeah, and if it weren't for penalty kicks last season, that would have been 3 years in a row Gotham would have been in the finals. That's
What?
pretty crazy considering how far this team was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope they practice some penalty kicks just in case because
No, Ruby.
dude.
No penalty kicks.
Just in
Oh.
case, again, hopefully they practice enough because it was terrible last year.
Yes. Terrible. Post-game quote from our Jaden Shaw. She says, we're going to keep doing what we need to do because haters going to be wherever we are, and that means we're doing something right. A lot of gems from Jaden lately.
I know,
She's
right? Giving us the content.
Yeah. Any stats from this one?
Total shots in this game for Orlando, 11, and then for Gotham, only 5, but they won.
5. One on target. That's all that matters. Maddie, you want to take some of those Opta stats?
The 2025 championship match will be the 44th meeting between the Spirit and Gotham in all competitions. So it surpasses Seattle and Portland as the most played fixture between two NWSL teams. Really exciting.
Indeed. And I want to put this out there. So I've been skeptical of the Washington Gotham rivalry. However, I changed my mind. So I think this is absolutely a rivalry now because of just wherever you turn, it's Washington, right? And it's we're playing them in the CONCACAF Champions Cup coming up next season, and we played them in last year's playoffs. So yeah, I think seeing our two teams with our trajectory, we're going to be playing each other in big games over and over and over again. So I think it just has to be at this point. So any more stats, Amanda?
Yeah, Jaden and Shaw's goal. It was the second direct free kick winner in second half stoppage time in NWSL history, regular season or playoffs.
League legend Alana Kennedy in 2017. My stat is Carter, I think, underrated in this game, had an amazing game. She was left on an island because Sonnet was traveling into the midfield and trying to provide some offensive help. So Carter was left on an island with Marta a lot. She had 15 defensive contributions and 11 of Gotham's 36 clearances, which is a lot. And the hero of the match, I did not put a poll out. It's Shaw/Berger. I don't think anybody disagree in there. No, and I do want to go back to Rose deserves a little bit of a 0.5 or something of that because she was so unselfish in that moment. I still think that she had a right to take that kick, but her allowing Jaden to do that just shows how much respect she has for her teammates and not taking the spotlight in that kind of moments. So odds and ends, I think we should talk about two things. First, I think we should talk about Amoros and his unreal start to his tenure at Gotham. When we just mentioned this, this is almost 3 years in a row making it to the finals, 3 consecutive semifinal appearances. He won the championship in 2023. He won the CONCACAF Champions Cup this season with Gotham. Just his playoff record is amazing. It's almost unblemished. We got the 1 loss last year, but 5 wins, 1 loss. And that includes the upset against Kansas City this year. Just his teams are just different in the playoffs, and they lock in. Amazing. Just your thoughts on Amoros as a coach at this level, and how almost impeccable he's been in knockout games.
Yeah, he has been so great with Gotham, and I feel that all the players he gets to for Gotham fit the system and the strategy that he wants to play. And it has been a roller coaster with him, especially last year, even this year. Like we had some moments that we were like, all right, like Gotham is like doing terrible, and then they start doing good, and then they're terrible again. I'm like, little inconsistency there. I wish I could see a little Gotham being more consistent. But then again, you think about this league, and this league is so competitive. But yeah, I think he's had an incredible career with Gotham so far, and hopefully he gets another championship.
Yeah, I actually saw a statistic that said his record of six NWSL playoff wins set the league record, which I couldn't believe given how many years some coaches have been coaching. But yeah, to do that in just a few years with Gotham is really incredible.
Yeah, he's tactically sound. He's got his own style, his own identity. You know exactly who who Gotham is. They don't really change their game plan too much for other opponents. They kind of make everybody adjust to them. And yeah, to be able to get all those stars on the same page. And I still think one thing he does well is somehow he gets these players to buy in who are like the Rose Lavelle's, the Emily Sonnets of the world, the Tierna Davidsons, and they will he'll put them on the bench for a game or two, and no questions, play the rookies, let other players play. It's just like he's got just a really cool environment, and you can see how much from like players that Jaden Shaw coming onto this team loves this team. Kayla Duran came in and become one of the players that have been special for this team going down the stretch. Like everybody comes in, it's like this cohesive unit. And again, what an environment this team has built here under Juan Carlos. I know there's always been questions like last year when they shed off like half the team because they're all starters of other teams. But I think it boils down to keep looking at the results. Players are having fun here, and Gotham is locked in. And it also goes back to taking a step back, Yael, what she built here. And if we remember, Yael took over a team that was heading in the right direction. The Gotham rebrand was a good thing. Then we find out that Elise LeHue was doing some shady stuff behind the scenes. Gotham was not staffed. It was a mess on the back end. And Yael pops in, and she has never been a GM before. So this was like her first shot at it, and her first coaching pick was a dud. Sorry, Scott. Just was not the right coach for what this team needed. He was a little bit out of his depth. The team had a historically bad season. And then Yael wrote this long email letter, what do you want to call it, addressing the fans. And she listed like 15 things that she knows are wrong and that she was going to fix, and to have faith in her system and what they were going to do. And she has come through on almost, as far as I remember, all of it, and has turned this team around. You look at the back end; it's nearly filled out. They're, winning games. The team's doing well. They're building things, and it's like what a success she has been in the back end. And I know that she's been not in front of the team recently. I know she had some health issues she's probably still dealing with those health issues, but she deserves all the credit in the world for basically, putting this team back together and building the culture, the back end of this team, building the winner that we see today.
Definitely, like you said, it feels like forever, but it's only been 3 years that she took over, and without experience. Sometimes you just need someone to believe in you. You just need someone to give you a chance, and you'll be like, look what she did with Gotham. And this is just the beginning for this club. Hopefully, this club will be like we see in the Thorns. Like they have, uh, it's a team. Well, the Thorns is a team that it's been. Like when you think of the NWSL, like of strong teams that have like, I think about the Thorns, and I never saw that in Sky Blue. You know what I mean? with the rebranding and now that everything that Gotham is doing now for this club, I see this club going international, going globally. And honestly, that's what they're building for. Uh all these new tournaments that Gotham is going to is not because of luck, it's because they worked their ass off.
Absolutely. Amanda?
Yeah, just like you both said, super impressive. I only really became a fan of Gotham in the past few years, so wasn't there when they were struggling a bit more. But over the past few years, just super, super impressive what she has done with the club. And then knowing that players speak highly of her as well is really great to hear. Yeah, just super excited to see where Gotham goes next.
Yeah, she's an amazing person. She's connected. She's like she's from New Jersey too. And this is true. My first professional women's soccer game was the Sky Blue game against FC Kansas City. Because of the name of at the time, it was just like Kansas FC or something. But it had Yael Averbuch and Becky Sauerbrunn as the center back pairing, I believe. So got to see her play in my my first game for women's soccer. And I would like to interview her. So maybe I should reach out and see if we could talk to her because it would be a really interesting thing. And we should do that, Ruby. We should do a deep dive on the sordid
Yes.
history of Sky Blue
Yes,
FC.
and and not only that, but during all these transformation and everything that she's done
Yeah.
for the club, she also had another baby. She also had some health issues. So she's such a warrior.
Okay, so let's jump over to this game. Gotham FC versus the Washington Spirit again. The stage is set for a monumental showdown following a playoff run designed by history-making upsets and late-game heroics, including the last one we just talked about. Gotham FC is heading to the championship one more time. It's going to be a game that is very interesting. Is Rodman going to start in this one? It could be her last game in the league. It's going to be Saturday, 8 p.m. For me, like this is a midfield battle. I mean, this is two of the best midfields in the league. Jalen Rose and Shaw versus Santos, Hirschfeld, and Bethune. I think the wide areas in this one are going to be of most importance. Obviously, with Gift Monday and Kawasi flying up the wings as they can. I think both Bernina and Lily Real have to really not get caught forward in this one. We can't have another repeat of Bernina tracking back and getting a red card as we did last year. Just your thoughts on these games.
Dude, I can't believe like Trinity's all considering leaving the NWSL, but it is what it is because I mean that pay gap. I mean
there's that
the
money.
cap, that pay cap. It really messes up like the talent for the NWSL, and I cannot wait for this game. It's gonna be an exciting game to watch. Another final for Gotham and against Washington, another strong team. And like you said, this is gonna be all in the midfield. So if we lock our defense and we our midfield has to like win here, Washington, because Santos, it's so good. She's so good also at stop balls. So we got to be careful with those stop balls with Lacey Santos.
Well, I think the Spirit is a really good opponent. Watching Kwasi and Gift Monday working together in that goal last weekend really highlights what the Spirit can do and something that Gotham should definitely be afraid of. Their forwards working together are just really good and definitely something to be worried about. But Gotham has had pretty good results against the Spirit this year. There is that 3-0 away win in April in DC, and then we had a 0-0 tie in August, and then also we played them in the W Champions Cup. Yeah, I think that any games between the Gotham and Spirit are always super exciting to watch. Two really good teams, and yeah, definitely a growing rivalry.
Yeah, so Gotham has faced, I think, Washington 3 times already this season. The good news is Washington has yet to score on Gotham, so we got that going for us. And this is also Esther's favorite team to score against. She's scored 5 goals in total against Washington and 4 against the Royals. So let's go, Esther. Any manifestations for this one?
We need a championship. What else? Come on, Gary. I do want an Esther goal this game.
Yeah. Can Gotham just win a game? Win something without drama. Can we
Yes.
do that? Can we just like score one in the first half, one in the second half, and let's just get out of there, and then let me take my long ride home and and just be happy the entire time.
What's your score prediction? Come on.
I can't do score predictions. Okay.
Ah.
So that's it. So let's just do that. One in the first half, one in the second half. We're out of there. 2-0.
I agree. 2-0.
What do you got, Amanda? Any manifestations?
Yeah, I would agree with you. That I would love to see the goal not be in the very last minute of the game. I think that would be amazing if possible. Maybe I would probably manifest no penalty kicks because I don't know if Gotham will be able to do those.
Yeah. No, I can't take another like Mandy getting thrown out at the last second, put Neely Martin in goal. We don't have Neely Martin anymore. Who's it going to be? Jalen Howell? All right, I'll shut up now. All right. Any random thoughts before we get out of here?
No. Do you? I know you do.
Yeah. So first, I'm reading a really interesting book. It's called "None of This Is True" by Lisa Jewell. I am 55% the way through, and it just took a weird turn from like mystery to like probably true crime. And it involves a podcast as well. So Ruby, you might like it. I'm loving it so far, and I just hope it doesn't let me down at the end. But if anybody has a chance to read that, read it. It's good. It's called "None of This Is True" by Lisa Jewell. All right, so we will hopefully see you on episode 150, celebrating a championship. Let's go Gotham.